Wagwan family, manners and respect. Go ahead and mark yourself present by hitting the like button. Now people, we have a piece of international news, but it hits home. Now 2020, I'm going to read out of Loop News to bring some context to the story and to the tape I'm about to play at the end of this video. Now people, there's a mother and son that got arrested in South Carolina for Lotto scamming. And it was in 2020, December of 2020, it came in the news. So let's read a little about it. A Jamaican woman and her son are to stand trial next year in South Carolina, United States, after they were arrested for allegedly running a fraudulent sweepstake targeting about 175 elderly persons. Theresa Lawson, 51, and her son, 23-year-old Rajay Lawson, allegedly ran the scheme through a address in Bluffton and Ridgeland in South Carolina. In September, the Jamaicans were indicted by a grand jury on one count of attempt conspiracy to commit mail fraud and multiple counts of conspiracy to commit money laundering, wire fraud, and other fraud charges, according to the US-based Herald newspaper. Lawson and her son have pleaded not guilty, and jury selection for their trial is to commence in January of 2021. The $700,000 four-year scheme involved the Lawson pretending to be representatives from a genuine sweepstake company, from financial institutions such as banks, and from federal agencies. They then reportedly targeted elderly persons across multiple states, including Texas, Iowa, Arkansas, and South Carolina. In one of the cases, an 89-year-old Texas resident said the scammers told her she was the winner of $2.5 million and a new Mercedes-Benz motor vehicle. She then sent $1,795 to Theresa Lawson via FedEx. However, she did not receive the prize money and a vehicle, the newspaper reported. With similar cases being detected, further probe by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and Homeland Security revealed that mother and son transferred a portion of their illegal earnings of $700,000 to co-conspirators in Jamaica and elsewhere, while keeping a portion of that money for their own benefits. Theresa Lawson's illegal acts were initially detected in March 2017 by the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, and Homeland Security was later contacted. Investigation began a year later, which culminated with the arrest of the mother and son duo on September 9th. So now you hear the story, people. Started in 2020. So now this is 2023. And they are now facing prison sentence of over 5 years for Lotto scamming. Both mother and son received the same sentence. Hear this report from JBN Network News. Let's listen, people.
A mother and son were last week each sentenced to more than 5 years in federal prison in the United States after pleading guilty to their roles in a fraudulent lottery scam that targeted elderly victims in that country. 53-year-old Theresa Lawson and 24-year-old Roger Lawson were last Thursday sentenced to 78 months, followed by 3 years of court-ordered supervision in the event that they are not deported upon release. They were also ordered to pay $405,401 in restitution. Evidence provided in the United States District Court in Charleston, South Carolina, showed that, as part of the scheme, the defendants or their co-conspirators contacted elderly victims and falsely informed them that they had won a sweepstake. The victims were told they needed to pay bogus fees and/or taxes in order to collect their purported winnings. Evidence showed victims purchased prepaid cards, US-based money orders or bank money orders, mailed cash or personal checks, or made wire deposits into the defendants' bank accounts. The Lawsons received more than $700,000 from the victims, which was wired to co-conspirators in Jamaica. There were at least 175 victims under the scheme. The oldest victim was 96 years old.
This one is heart-wrenching because, you know I don't like thief. But when we see a mother and her son, or young son, a mother and her son heading to prison for a lot of scamming, it's like the mother couldn't be of any example to her son. You know, first of all, the mother is the one them detect on the radar first. Whatever she used to do with the Postal Service and the US Postal Service, them link up with Homeland Security, and they've been watching them people. And look at this. They are Jamaicans. It's embarrassing. You know, it's hard that as your son going to prison for a lot of scamming, but a mother and son. And you want to bet their family in Jamaica are very embarrassed of this. I'm sure they have family here too. They are living here. Because, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, people. Guys, I'm just doing this video not because I'm happy to be doing a video like this. Let this be an example to other Jamaicans too, people. Let's stay in our lane. Let this be an example to all of us. Let us stay in our lane. You understand me? You there far and work hard for what you want. You'll make it. Tell me what you're thinking in the comment section. People, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you want to come back here, click that bell. If you want to hear when I hit a new video. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Make sure your comments make sense in every sentence. Talk later. Peace.